Eyewitness, slain reporter's book, 3 Minutes to Midnight, talks evil of insecurity. By Kingsley Amanabai, Abuja. Last Monday, thousands of Islamic Movement of Nigeria, IMN, members, also known as the Shiites, whose spiritual leader in Nigeria is Sheik El Zakzaky, clashed with the police in Abuja, during which the Deputy Commissioner of Police in charge of operations at the FCT Police Command, Usman Umar, was shot dead. A National Youth Service Corps (NYSC) member serving as a reporter with Channels Television, Precious Awolabi, was also killed when he was hit by a stray bullet while, on its part, the IMN claimed that 11 of its members were killed. The protesters burned down the National Emergency Management Agency named Rapid Response Center and 2 quick response safety vehicles, a fire truck and an ambulance, stationed between the Federal Secretariat and the National Assembly complex. Many innocent Nigerians, who were unfortunately caught in the orgy of violence, sustained several degrees of injuries while many properties were damaged. Consequent upon the police intervention, 54 members of the sect were arrested, with the Inspector General of Police, IGP Muhammad Abubakar Adamu, warning that the unruly behavior and violence of the group would no longer be tolerated. 24 hours later, as the nation was still trying to grapple with the deaths, the Shiites members again appeared at the Bainex area of U's district, protesting over alleged plan by the federal government to proscribe IMN. But justifying the protest, spokesperson for the movement, Abdullahi Musa, in an interview, warned that any attempt to proscribe the group would plunge the country into crisis. Insisting that the group does not carry arms as being insinuated by government and security agencies, he urged the government to have a rethink before proscribing the movement as a terrorist group. The spokesperson denied that members of the group killed DCP, saying they were not trained to kill people. He put the blame on indiscriminate shooting by the police. Musa admitted that the officer came close to them to appeal to the protesters but was hit by a bullet from behind which pierced through his head. News of Umar's death hit the police, both at force headquarters, where he recently left as Principal Staff Officer, PSO, to the IGP, and the FCT Command, where he was serving, like a thunderbolt. Though death is not what anyone wishes for, some wondered aloud, asking, why did this happen to Umar? Why Usman of all people? With words like DCP Umar, you died gallantly for the police and sacrificed for unity of the nation. DCP Ok, you will remain evergreen in our memory, your humble nature, easygoing, mean and accommodating disposition to us all, made working with you worth the while, and may Allah receive your soul. Colleagues mourn the slain officer. These tributes, written in the condolence register opened for the amiable officer both at the force headquarters and FCT Police Command by some personnel, are indicative of the fact that both senior and junior officers and rank and file alike took a liking to the late operations officer. During the last police administration, when uncertainty and shocks were the order of the day and directives emanating from the Office of the Inspector General, then IGP Ibrahim Idris, made many policemen and officers wonder what was happening to police operational procedures, then ACP Umar's PSO to the IGP was a calming ally which many ran to for advice and cooling reassurance. Little wonder that his death literally shook the foundations of the force headquarters and the FCT command, with officers wearing mournful looks all day. Many are yet to get over the fact that the 52-year-old Adamawa indigene, who was noted for ensuring that equipment for officers detailed for patrols and operational deployments were made available for policemen before movement, thereby boosting morale, is gone. He was not one to shy away from responsibility in the job of crime fighting. That is why he always led from the front, hence his deployment as DCP operations when he was promoted and posted out of force headquarters. Regretfully, he died leading from the front, one officer said. From Monday when he was killed to Tuesday, the mosque at force headquarters and the mini mosque at the FCT Police Command witnessed continuous prayer sessions for the repose of his soul. He was buried at the Gudu Cemetery at the Gudu district of the FCT on Monday evening in accordance with Islamic rites. At the headquarters of the FCT Command, it was observed days after that his death, in particular, was still being discussed, with some saying the moody effect of his death spread to even police divisions and area commands across the FCT. How Precious was killed. Channels TV official Lucky Obuwa was Alwood, assistant supervisor, repertorial of Channels, Abuja station, narrates how Precious, reporter, NISC member, was killed. Precious was really precious to me. He was like an adopted son, more than a colleague. He was more than a core member. He was very hard-working, who was prepared to work at any time of the day, even weekends. On the day of the incident, we were standing together side by side, about 200 meters away from the scene of action. In fact, the precise point we were standing was by the bridge leading to the presidential villa, while the action was taking place between Bullet Construction Company House and the entrance of the National Assembly. We were standing, my cameraman was on the left-hand side, Precious was on my right-hand side. Beside him was our driver, the fifth person was a photographer. All of us were standing together with the aim that if we needed to move in a jiffy, we could dash into our bus. Because I gave the driver instruction not to turn off the ignition, the engine was running. Then, from nowhere, we heard gunshots and saw bullets flying, and he collapsed beside me. We picked him up. We thought it was maybe a bullet brush. We didn't know the magnitude. Immediately we stopped the coverage and we ran to Amana Hospital. On getting to Amana Hospital, they told us the bullet was lodged in his stomach and that we needed to take him to the nearest hospital where they could perform surgery. They recommended the Garki Hospital or the National Hospital. Amana is in Area 8 and Garki is in Area 8, so we decided to go to Garki. On getting to Garki, the surgeon to perform the surgery was not on the ground. They kept calling him, and when they were able to reach him, he said he was far away and he was the only surgeon on duty. They referred us to the National Hospital, and when we got to the National Hospital, he was already dying. So it's not true that he was sent alone. He was my attaché, he was right beside me, and, together, we were some 200 meters away from the scene of action before the bullet hit him. Precious was a writer. He had written 4 unpublished plays, and the latest one he wrote, which he planned to stage, is titled 3 Minutes to Midnight, chronicling the security challenges in the country and the need to overcome the situation. Unfortunately, he fell to that state of insecurity. He planned to stage the play in October. It is a stage play. He was due to pass out on October 15th. We at Channels will miss him, as he was always jovial and lively. May his innocent and youthful soul rest in peace.